Imagine a world with no poverty, no starving nations, no class segregation. A world where everyone has everything they need. Sounds like a fantasy, doesn't it? Well, it could be real and established now. How is this possible? All we need to do is to rid ourselves of one thing. Something that keeps us downtrodden, working for a pittance to struggle to live, or, as in the case of many third world countries, relying on charities from countries they will never see. What is this one thing that we need to eliminate so that we, as the people of the world, can live the lives we deserve? In a word, money. Now, I know what you're thinking. If we get rid of money, how can we buy things? Well, why do we need to buy things? We don't. It is under the illusion of keeping an economy going. But for who? The elite 1%. That's who. This seems to be a difficult concept to grasp, as it is browbeaten into us all from an early age that money is all-powerful, and the be-all and end-all of everything. But hopefully, this will change your view. We are at a technological stage that most, if not all, production of food, cars, TVs, houses, etc. can be automated. Why haven't they already been automated? Because of, say it with me, lack of money. How many times have engineers, scientists, designers and the like had to curb their research because of limited budgets? Not anymore. Technology at the moment is advancing rapidly. Imagine what it would be like with no restrictions. Granted, there would still have to be jobs done by humans, especially during the transitional period from where we are to full automation, but this can be solved quite easily. To begin with, there will be no requirements for anything to do with finance. So, bankers, financial advisors, loan companies, etc. will be out of work. Oh no, I hear you cry. People without employment? Are you mad? Stick with me on this. Then, there will be no need for poor quality products. So those that manufacture, distribute and sell said products will also have no jobs. There are others, but you get the picture. Now, as there would only be a very limited amount of jobs to be done and so many people without employment, sounds like disaster, doesn't it? Not really. All basics for life will now be free, such as food, electricity, gas, water. To get all the rest, which will also be free, you will have to work. Sounds like the standard system we have already. Again, stick with it. Now, as there are so many people and so few jobs, you would only have to work the equivalent of a few hours per week, or compound the hours as if it were a standard 40-hour week. So then you would only have to work for a few hours per year, and the rest of the time is yours, with everything for free. Let's use some rough numbers to give you an idea of how this would work. At the moment, according to official government figures in the United Kingdom, there are 2.5 million jobless. There are probably more, but let's use this figure. And less than 500,000 active vacancies. That means 5 people are chasing one job. Now, as you no longer have to work to pay bills, those 5 people, based on a 40-hour week, only have to work 8 hours per week. Compound those hours together over 50 weeks per year, again, rough figures, you would now only have to work 10 weeks per year. When you think, there would be far more people required to fill far less vacancies than this, so the hours needed per person would be a lot less. Put it another way, would you prefer to keep working for low pay, struggling to make ends meet, looking forward to a meagre pension when you're too old to enjoy it, while all the time lining some fat cat's pockets, or working a certain amount of hours per year to get everything you need and knowing you are helping to better humanity? Not a hard choice, is it? Plus, going back to the point that no cheap products will be produced, resources can be used in quality products which will last longer, reducing production and therefore pollution, and less waste, trash, rubbish to find dumps and landfills. Nature would be saved. No more great tracts of land destroyed for development, as no one can be bribed. Dependence on fossil fuels will be broken, and the quest for alternative fuels would take leaps and bounds because, again, money no longer talks. Win-win situation, don't you think? Most crimes would disappear as well. Theft for one. After all, why steal when you can get it anyway? Fraud, embezzlement, bribery, blackmail, corruption, etc. all gone. Also, trafficking in hard drugs would cease. After all, who would want to risk prison for no profit? And the truth about certain other recreational drugs would come out, such as cannabis is far less harmful than alcohol and tobacco. Not one recorded death from overdose. So its medical benefits can be used, such as curing cancer. Google it. It's happening. And, as money is no longer holding things back, health will be greatly improved. It has been quoted that there is no profit in curing people, only making them feel better. Even if politics are needed, the right people would get the right positions. No longer would greed and power be their motivation, but to help humanity better itself. And, going by this premise, all important positions will now be filled by the right people, not by those with the biggest wallets or inherited wealth. Now, I know certain jobs would still need humans until technology reaches levels you would normally see only in sci-fi movies, such as the medical professions, firefighters, military and so on. So who, you say, would want to do this if we're getting everything for free? Well, why do people volunteer? To help their fellow man is one answer. And, as everyone will have a lot of time, why wouldn't you? Also, why would you not want to improve yourself when education would be freely available to everyone? Okay, there will be those who would just want to sit around and do nothing once everything is automated. But that's their choice. No longer would the term drain on society have any credence. And so what? Let them sit around. They would be the ones who would get left behind, intellectually and so forth. There will have to be certain restrictions put in place. For one, places considered luxurious living would have to be protected. No great areas of natural beauty destroyed for housing. What there is in such places now should remain that way, and no one can be bribed to build more. Also, until alternative fuels are established, travel would have to have limits per person, simply because of pollution. So, is this perfect? Will it work? Possibly, possibly not. But ask yourselves this: is the monetary system we have used for centuries working? Not really. With national debt spiralling out of control, poverty and starvation not going away anytime soon, I think it's time for a change.